He's a hustler, unbreakable, a people's person, and a future billionaire. This is the Hustler's Corner with Sbu well known to you and I as DJ Sbu.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Big homie Sbu straight out of Johannesburg in South Africa, and welcome to the Hustler's Corner. This is the podcast to inspire a new generation of hustlers as we speak to different hustlers all across the world and people that are making things happen. So I'm sitting with a young man. He's only 19 years old. Yes, you heard me correct. He's only 19 years old. He's already a hustler, he's an entrepreneur, and we're actually at one of his businesses. I think this is his first business. We'll find out from him. We'll find out his story. He's a mover and a shaker. He's making a name for himself in the Afrobeats scene in the African continent. He has become the first South African Afrobeats artist to crack 1 million views in 1 week. Still a brand new artist. He has not dropped a lot of material here yet, but he's just been dropping singles, but his star is rising. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to you or introduce to the world, Ciza.
That was a great introduction, man. Shout out. You know,
how you doing, bro?
I'm nice. Yourself?
Grand, man. And
okay.
I mean, you guys must like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know about the podcast, about the platform. Don't forget to click that like button. Let's go straight to that shop sign on the count of 1, 2, 3. Click. Thank you. Thank you, Siabo. Let's start right. Let's go straight into it. Who is Ciza? That is C-I-Z-A, right?
Yeah, C-I-Z-A. Let me start with my name, where I get my name from. So I get my name from my surname. So it's Nciza. My surname is Nciza. So it's N-C-I-Z-A. How I first came up with it is at Eskela. I wanna Eskela na so so from there, Nciza. From there, I also used to watch a lot of Roman. Like I'm interested in a lot of history and whatever, just learning about empires and you know. And then there was a Roman empire called Julius Caesar. You know, so I just put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, okay, cool. I really wanna take the South African music industry to the next level, and looking up to the Roman Empire, Julius Caesar, who took his empire to the next level. I should call myself Ciza, you know, so it makes sense. And you know, it's an easy name to say, you know, it has that charisma that so yeah, man, Ciza, that's how Ciza came about. And yeah, man, Ciza is just a young 19-year-old young man. You know, I'm ambitious, coming from a musical background. You know, I'm around a lot of people who are very inspirational. You know, I'm around a lot of. I'm fortunate enough to grow up around such big people within this country, and you know, I'm just here to represent the young, brave, ambitious people who want to do whatever they want to do, whether it's in arts, whether it's in business, whether it's in sports. You know, I'm just that young kid.
No, I get you.
Yeah, you know, so my Ciza is just a brand that is here to inspire African queens and kings, you know, to help them see their destiny and, you know, reach for their goals. You know, I'm here to show people that it's possible, despite whatever background you come from, to reach for what you want to reach for, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm about. I'm a young kid pushing, you know, here to inspire.
You know, I love what you're talking about. You're here to inspire, because our platform is about your generation, learning from some of the guys that we bring out here. I think you're the youngest guy that has been here on the Hustler's Corner, and the reason why you're here, we're watching your moves, and you just started in the game, but I'm loving what you're doing.
Yeah.
As a hustler, you're doing it clean, you're doing it classy, you're doing it in your own way.
Yeah.
Why Afrobeats when a lot of your friends and peers, especially in South Africa, there's less people doing Afrobeats as opposed to other African countries like Nigeria? Why Afrobeats?
Firstly, I didn't just pick Afrobeats, you know, it was something engraved within me, you know. My mother traveled Africa, you know, a lot, so it's something I got from her. But other than that, I feel it's the genre that will take the African traditions and cultures to the world, you know. I feel it's the genre that I can personally fully express myself with, you know. I mean, I've been to a few places around the world and I've seen how they receive Afrobeat. It was really, you know, inspiring. Also seeing people like Burna Boy and Wizkid and all these people make these big moves internationally. So I want to do it in my own way as a young South African person. So I believe Afrobeats is the right genre for me to help push the African movement to the world, you know, because it's you know, it's vibey, and I think it's really the right genre to do what I want to do.
Yeah. But it's quite interesting as well because there's not a lot of South Africans that are doing it. Yeah. Do you know a lot? How many do you know?
I mean, there's a few. There's like 2, 3, you know, and they also like they push and they're doing quite well, you know, and I think it's definitely going to grow in South Africa. You know, of course, infused with South African sounds and everything. It's still early stages for South Africa, but Afrobeat is becoming huge in South Africa also. It's growing. People are starting to understand, you know. But yeah, man, the genre is gonna have its own sound, its own like small sound in South Africa. It's coming, it's growing. I'm seeing people are vibing, people are understanding what it's about. And yeah, man.
And it's easy for anybody to mistaken you for a hip hop artist.
Exactly, because I'm young and I dress like the way I dress. And there's nothing wrong, because I could wake up tomorrow and slash a hip hop record, you know.
Oh, can you rap?
You can say so.
Yeah, you can have fun on the mic.
Yeah, I'm a musician, you know, so, and I'm very creative. I can bounce off whatever I can. I mean, I started off as a rapper, you know. But then I had a bigger picture, you know. I don't want to sell something to the world that the world already has. You know, I want to sell me, you know. I don't want to replicate. There's nothing wrong with being a hip hop artist, you know, because it's SA hip hop, which is its own like thing in the corner. But I really want to sell something to the world that is authentic and is African, you know. Tell African stories, African melodies, like, you know, just give them before they take it from us and actually make it big for us till we realize that, oh, geez, this is what I'm supposed to do, you know? So yeah, man.
That's incredible. Now, you're a kid that grew up around musicians, just for me to mention, for some of those who don't know who are watching this all over the world, the world-renowned Mafikizolo, which is a certified in the Grammy Museum Hall of Fame. Yeah. Your mother is a lead singer, one of the lead singers for Mafikizolo.
Yeah.
Your father is one of the most respected music moguls in South Africa. He was my business partner, was responsible for the work we did together and, you know, managing my career and just making me a success in the music industry as well. Your father has worked with everybody in this industry. Your father is a pioneer. Your father is highly respected in the space. When we were building TS Records as a record label, you're a kid that was always around us. You're around shows. You moved on, as you're saying, traveling with your mother, seeing how Afrobeats is being received all over the world and just your mother's music as well. Doesn't that sometimes become some sort of a shadow on you that you are living under a shadow of these great parents? Or how do you handle that? Or how do you handle such questions or such energy when it comes from the fans?
There's no pressure, you know. I take it as more of like a stepping stone, you know. I take it as a blessing for me being part of that whole situation, you know. I take it as, okay, cool, it's legacy, you know. I mean, there's a song by Jay-Z where he says, legacy, 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 black excellency. We gonna let them see. So that's what it's about, black excellency. Me coming from the family structure I'm from, and both my parents came from, you know, I don't want to say poverty, but they were part of the least fortunate South Africans, you know, and they worked their way up, you know. So it's my turn to take get where it is right now into the next level. That's why everything of mine has to be international. That's why I'm investing in businesses and everything at such a young age. And by the time it's my time to make kids and stuff, we are able to fight with the the Rockefellers as black people. We need to be there, getting inspiration from people like Jay-Z and Puff Daddy, and I think I'm fortunate enough to have a father that instilled that mentality within me. That you see Jay-Z and all of them, I can go toe to toe with them. And it's through you, it's your generation. So it's your responsibility as a young black man, toss-up black man, to not only use the advantages you have, but help people around you. So hence I have so many business opportunities that I'm giving for people my age and people around me. So it's not much of a shadow, but it's a push. It's a stepping stone. Like as I said, it's something I'm using to push myself harder every day and not sleep and think of something else. Think of what to do to add on what we're building. So yeah, that's what's up.
And before we get into the business side, I'm sure there's also a lot of your fans out there who might want to know, what type of a childhood did you have? Because I'm sure a lot of people like, you grew up around all these famous people. Yeah. How was it growing up around your how was your childhood?
I started the first few years of my life, I was actually with my grandmother, So that was a different experience. People don't really know I grew up with my grandmother for the first maybe 5-6 years of my life. Yeah, 7-8 years. And that was because my parents were busy. And I would visit them maybe on weekends, but weekends my mom would have gigs. My pops was also all over the show.
Traveling with me,
exactly.
We had gigs
you guys were I would call your pops. My pops doesn't care about me, at my grandma's house. But living with my grandma, that's the first phase of my life, was really special. It humbled me. It made me be able to connect to people. I never knew I was the son of superstars because I'm at my grandmother's house. You feel me? So I was, how living with grandma is nabo uncle, his cousins from the people. So it was that whole environment, and I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to be around that space because it gives me so much different views on life. It grounded me. I'm able to communicate with anyone. So that was the first part of my life, growing up with my grandma, and then I moved with my parents when I was mid-primary, grade 4. So yeah, moved there, and then I started seeing, okay, cool, this is me, this is my life. My parents were still busy though, but my mom was because she was going through the break of Mafikizolo, so she was at home. That's when things started moving, and then growing up, seeing you guys, Abu Pro, Abu Zahara, Brown. I remember the first, if I remember properly, the first time, I can't remember the Brown Dash era properly, but the first time I was I got goosebumps as a kid was, you guys had a show, it was Pro Kid, and you guys remember, they merchandise, the blue one, yeah, Tankisan. And my pops took me to the show. I can't remember what it was, but it was a big ass show. I think basic kasi, man. And my pops was holding me. I was really shy, super shy, but I was cool. People really liked my vibe. And he was holding me on stage, and this guy, Pro, was performing, I think it was Vulani Sekele.
Yeah.
I was yo, I'm Pops, I want to be like that guy, And then that was the first stages of me, like, but I never really knew what I wanted to do. And then I started, you know, school. I was like the cool kid at school. You know, people enjoyed my vibe, but I was still shy, you know. But of course, also being from the family I'm from, automatically people would like just like me, you know. It came with it. Yeah, man. Started getting older, high school. You know, the honeys. You know, being a cool kid, I was a sportsman at some time.
What sport were you playing?
I mean, I played a bit of soccer, but you know, the older you get, especially in high school, you just, I don't know, I started becoming more, leaning to more of cultural, you know, so I would do like I'd enter competitions, do major productions at school. And yeah, man, I would always win these competitions. Like people really liked me in school. And yeah, man, from there.
So were you dating at school? Because we're back la bantwana.
I bangfuna But yeah, man, high school was really dope for me. I found myself. You know, it's not a lot of people find themselves at a. I don't think I fully found myself, but I think I've had an opportunity to, not an opportunity, but I think I found myself, you know? And, you know, high school was the most crucial part of my life for me, you know? Because I could see my impact within people's lives, the influence I have amongst people without even trying, you know? You know, so high school played a big role in my life. Being a cool kid, being with the best honeys, just enjoying life, just kicking it, you know. So I was the type of kid, you know, in high school and primary school. You know, I enjoyed it. I did a lot of competitions. Like I played sports at some point. So yeah, man.
And you also did well with your studies, right?
Yeah, I was an average kid. I won't say I did really well, but I was an average because I did so much, you know?
Yeah.
I would be like helping people host parties on the sides, like, but at the same time, I'm like doing some, like, I was just all over the show.
So you've been a hustler?
Yeah, I get it from my pops. But my pops used to fight me, like, and I understood
your
why.
pops is strict, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But I understood why. No, but he understood me also, you know, because he saw a bit of himself in me, and it was like, okay, for now, I don't want to tell him that it's okay, but I'm gonna just push him and like be a father, you know, until maybe it's the right time. I'll be like, okay, I understand why. But yeah, he was like, yo, if you're not gonna, I mean, there was a time like I was really slacking in school, and I was like going out a lot. Not to do bad things though. Like I was really like
partying, going out. Yeah.
At some point,
just like other teenagers.
Yeah. At some point, I had like a label. I started a label with some kid called Reese. It was called KIC. It's doing really well right now in the streets with the youth.
So that was your first business?
Yeah, it was my first business. I started with him. I was like 15, but because I was still staying in the north then, so we started this thing. Used to like go to parties and just give people for free. It was like a thing for some time, and then I just left it because my pops was just, I was doing bad in school, and then my pops was like, hey, you know what, dog? You see TS Records? Yeah, you're gonna be the garden boy there if you don't do this thing. So I'm like, alright, cool. You know, that's when I was like, okay, let me take this thing serious. You know, I took school serious, finished it. You know, I have plans of studying part-time, you know. So yeah, man, that's what's up.
That's incredible. Now, let's talk about your hustle as in business. Or actually, before we even get in there, your father is a Xhosa man. Your father is very African cultural, and he's very strict when it comes to culture and his roots and heritage. How has that influenced you in the man that you are becoming now?
In Xhosa tradition, I'm already a fully man. Like, you know, I went to the mountain a year ago, and it was a very beautiful journey. You know, very beautiful journey. Also, as being African, there's a lot of things they teach you there about being an African man and how to rise above men. But yeah, I'm really proud of. I'm lucky enough to be one of those people who are part of a tradition that's been carried on for so many years. You know, because some people, and there's nothing wrong, you know, but my pops really instilled African pride within me, and you know, it's something I want to do for my children one day, and so on and so on. So yeah, and being a Xhosa man is really there's a lot of things you learn during whatever process we go through to being a man, and it's taught me a lot, you know, discipline, working hard, you know, knowing that you're the man of the house after, or you build your own house or have your own home, you know, is a big part of what being a Xhosa man is, you know, making sure people at home are looking at you as you're going out and hustling and inspiring people at home, whatever. So yeah, man, that's what's up.
And being a provider,
it's basically being a provider, you know, a responsible one.
Yeah.
You know, because there's people who are breadwinners who believe they can now carry people's emotions at home. You know,
take advantage,
you know, so being a responsible provider is the most important thing. You know, understanding how to handle people, you know, how to lead people, how to stand your ground, and that's also contributed on how I'm one of the only people in South Africa who's doing Afrobeats. It's because of that journey I went, you know, it made me understand that, you know, it doesn't matter how long I'm gonna push this Afrobeats thing in South Africa, I know it's gonna reach the level maybe sooner or later.
Yeah, you know we're going international, bro.
That's
we're going international.
You know?
It's a TS legacy, must go international, bro.
Exactly, you know. So I mean, tell me one kid, I'm 19 in this country and like 1 million views in like 3 weeks.
And you've just gone, by the way, congratulations with that one.
Shut up.
And let me just say, to add on to what you were just saying now, we're there to welcome you back from the mountains.
Mm-hmm. And it was just so beautiful and
appreciate it, man. Appreciate
it.
Of
course, you know the love we have. I mean, you're my nephew. Seeing you and your brother come out of the mountain and just the family tradition being kept forward and you guys being taught, coming from Joburg, being there, experiencing what you experience and coming out of there with respect, humbly respecting your parents and your elders and your grandparents, and just seeing everybody that was there to support you.
Yeah.
For me, I was very proud to say, oh wow, Xhosa young man from Gauteng, from the suburbs.
Which rarely happens actually.
Yeah.
It happens, you know, because, and I don't blame people, you know. Especially, it was a shock for me going to the mountains for a lot of people, you know. Especially being, society would classify me as a cheese boy. So, cheese boy, I say.
That's it, but you cheese boy.
Yeah. Cheese boy, I say Koholi, I say Gauteng, into, especially coming from a celeb fam or whatever you may call it. To people, it's like, hey, you really gonna go to the mountain? And also, Nkululeko is yabo. So also that is like, which is, I'm really disappointed in, like the people's views
on our own culture,
on our own traditions and cultures, you know, because it's deep, you know, like people really. Especially Ingosi ezikhulele emasababusini zabotaki, they get this whole mentality that is entrenched within them that, you know, this is maybe ratchet or it's like you're gonna die or like all these negative things about African men or our traditions, whatever. It's really sad, you know, because that's what differentiates us from the rest of the world. But it is what it is. We're here to make it, you know, we're here to defend ourselves. But yeah, man, I was just a kid from Joburg, 18 years old, baller like kid, you know. Adje going to the mountains. And then I was proud, and I know I inspired a lot of people. I know, I put a lot of courage within people's hearts.
And I like that. That's why I mentioned that point.
Yeah.
To say, because your father knew what he was doing. And I'm also very happy about it. Has it given you an opportunity to school or create conversations around?
Definitely. I was even thinking
that to your peers?
Yeah, we were thinking of doing a documentary, about that. But within due time, it will happen. And not just that specifically, just Africans owning their things. It's the most important thing for me, Like manje, we have a daughter, right? I'm pretty sure at some point in her high school life or primary life, she will experience another black friend of hers who says, no, Chomi, this is too, there's small things that are part of being black that are maybe classified as ratchet or classified as it's too ghetto or why would you do that, And those types of, we need to install pride within ourselves, So some sort of black education needs to happen.
Yeah.
Especially, we're in South Africa. It's not like I'm in America and I'm trying to do this thing. I'm here, this is where this thing is supposed to happen. This is where this thing is supposed to be practiced and we're looking down on it. So that's one of the problems I believe we are facing as the black youth of South Africa that I think needs to be dealt with by the South African youth. I don't think it's responsible for the youth to always cry out to the ones before us, because the ones before us did it themselves. I feel like my generation, or maybe the one also before me, is so used to, let me just say born free. I'm so used to we the deserve generation. We feel entitled to a lot of things, if it's not by the government or by whatever. We feel things need to be done for us, or we need to be taught. We're not going out there fighting for whatever or defending whatever. So I believe our youth needs to really step up. The South African youth needs to step up and think of ideas of how to protect whatever they want to protect, whether it's in art, whether it's in music, whether it's in this. Come up with solutions, Generations before fought their own struggle. We fight ours, It's generational. Every generation, there's no generation that won't have a struggle. It's life, Life would be boring if there was no struggle, if there was no whatever. So every generation, once we understand that, okay, as Generation X, as the prawn freeze, as the whatever, our struggle is to fight, because we're free, but now we need total independence. We need to free our minds, We're no more in chains, we're no more behind bars, but we're out here in the streets, So what do? Create business opportunities. Create black educational systems that put confidence in black people. It's very important. Just
to decolonize that
exactly,
mind.
Exactly, because, for example, me being in high school, there was a whole stigma about black girls, oh, they ratchet because they loud, and I just never understood those types of concepts, or Uguti. Also in schools, I'm pretty sure 2 years ago you saw that black girl who was told she looks weird because of her afro at school, and or some black kid saying, dude, your hair is weird, you should go, all those small things, I believe, and the thing is, it's been accepted. Young black people accepting a lot of these things, and it's very bad because you start losing your identity. So Yeah, man.
All right, I'm loving that, and I'm loving your mind, and I'm loving the fact that you're really learning and you're going through your own self-discovery journey, which is brilliant. That at 19 you're already going through that path. Big ups to you, and shout out to all the other youngsters out there who are African and who are proud of it and who are seeking to know themselves even more, going through that journey of self-discovery. It's very understandable. We are a very young continent. There's so many opportunities for you guys, and there's so much potential in this continent, especially if you're looking at youngsters like him, only 19 years old. You're already on this is your second business.
Yeah, this is, no, actually it's not my second business.
So it was the t-shirt business at first? And
yeah, it was like the clothing, but I wasn't really successful. It was just like, let's see what we can do. And then right now, I'm actually under my own record label that is under a bigger company, Top Entertainment. But
yes,
I'm under Top Boy Mafia, which is my own record label.
So that was your second business, Top Boy Mafia.
Yeah, Top Boy Mafia.
What do you guys do there, Top Boy Mafia?
So we look for creatives, you know, whether you are like a videographer, whether you're an artist, whether you create clothes, whether you make music, whether it's just in the entertainment art industry, you know. But it's urban, it's young, it's fresh, it's groundbreaking, it's scary, you know. It's a movement that it has elements that society right now, especially in South Africa, can't digest. It's going to be one of those movements of when TS Records came through and they were like, you know, we the bad, it's probably the bad boys, but it's who we are, you know. Yeah, that's Top Boy Mafia. It's its own, but it's growing. It's you'll see the talent coming as time goes. But for now, I'm the priority for now. But we have a great vision, and in the next 2 years, we will definitely take Africa by storm.
And big up. I've been seeing your images, I'm seeing your visuals, I'm seeing the editing that you guys are doing there, I'm seeing the behind the scenes of a lot of the stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's looking nice, looking clean, it's looking fresh.
It's coming together.
Okay, so it's all under Top Boy Mafia.
Yeah, Top Boy Mafia is the movement.
Okay.
You know? But Top Entertainment is the label that I'm under. But my artists are it's like Universal Def Jam. So Def Jam's under Universal, but it's one thing. It's a joint company. It's like under one thing. But I'm under Top Entertainment Global, which is owned by my producer and my pops, TK Nciza and David Hampton. You know, which is like crazy. Like we have like this whole plan of really going international, breaking international, and then bringing people with me.
Lovely, I like that. Now let's talk about the business that we are in. We decided to do the interview here in your brand new store. And today, I mean, this is in the morning right now. It's about to get crazy. People are gonna be walking in here. You are launching here today in Rosebank. This is Legends Barber. Tell us about this venture. How did it start as far as you and Sheldon are concerned? But also, what should people expect from this store? And what is your vision of getting involved in this business?
I'm a lifestyle brand, you know, and I'm a lifestyle brand, and most of my businesses are based on lifestyle. So when I started having a conversation with Sheldon, we just thought of. Actually, for me, it was a thing of, this was also part of conversations with my father on the side. It was like, instead of building, like making our own barbershop or whatever, let's join in. You know, I mean, it's the biggest barbershop in Africa. You know, like the brand, it's elegant, and it's black owned. So instead of being a competitor, let's join and elevate and create black excellence. That was the main point of joining forces with Sheldon. And for me, being a young 19-year-old man, it was very important for me to do that, especially at this point in my life. not just to inspire people, but for me being a young person in this entrepreneurial game and business, as a young businessman, it was very important for me I needed to learn a few things within business by joining forces with Sheldon and building this beautiful place.
And I must say, congratulations. This is stunning, bro.
Yeah.
This is really stunning. I'm loving the colors. I'm loving black. I'm seeing white. I'm seeing silver. And I'm seeing class. Everything is brand new.
Elegance, Everything of ours has to be international. When someone comes from wherever and they're in Africa and they sit here, they must feel like, yo, like, I'm nice. The importance of us black people empowering ourselves and showing that we can do our own things. Black excellence. So that's the point of this barbershop. Shout out to Sheldon for even listening to what I have and him believing that it's joining forces with me and getting this barbershop was, it was a great idea. I know.
You're already on your third business. You've got 2 current businesses. This is your second, and this is humongous, and this is amazing. Actually, before I get into even those questions, while still on Legends Barber, your store in Rosebank, by the way.
The Zone.
Rosebank, the Zone in South Africa. That's where the store is, just right next to the Gautrain station. Whenever you get a chance to come to Rosebank in Johannesburg. What should people expect here? You are launching here this morning. Well, today, this afternoon.
Yeah, it's about to go crazy.
It's about to go crazy. I can imagine celebrities, queues,
yeah. I mean, the store is as you can see, it has a sense of trust and elegance. So imagine the different types of people who will come here. You just expect celebrities, cool kids, club people, just different types of people from South Africa when I come here. But also,
are you ready though?
Definitely, but also this store, it's not about celebs. It's about, the reason why it's in Rosebank and why we positioned it here is to, for example, Rosebank, there's a lot of kids in Johannesburg who come to Rosebank. I was also part of those kids at some point. Like, it's a whole culture, like it's a thing, like you come here, like Rosebank is Rosebank for the youth, and I want kids to come here to not to boost their confidence, but to feel like, okay, cool, I'm coming here to cut my hair, to look good, and to go kill them. It's part of their I feel like it should be part of their routine.
Their lifestyle,
Before I go party, before I go to school, before I go to a business proposal.
I need to look fresh.
I need to go to that, sit down, because before me, an important person was sitting here and I'm gonna be as important as that person. That's the importance of Legends Barber. It creates legends. When you come here, you have a sense of feeling of being a legend. It's legendary barber, Legends Barber by Ciza. That's how we're moving, man.
I'm excited for you, man. And before we wrap this interview up, how's the future looking like for Ciza?
It's looking crazy. Future's looking crazy.
And I'm asking you this in 2020, just after COVID-19. And I'm sure some people will be watching this years from today. So let's hear you predict how your future is gonna look like. And for those that are watching this, when those things are unfolding or they have unfolded, when he is whatever he's about to say.
Yeah. No, Ciza is about to really kill the music industry, firstly, kill the business industry, secondly, be a big, the ultimate goal for me is to really is to have a speech at the Grammy speaking about how great Africa is. That's the ultimate goal. I want to be walking on red carpets in Hollywood, not saying we are suffering, but saying we are great. And I believe it is a mistake many people before me have made. I don't want to go to the world begging for help. I want to go to the world saying, I'm an African king, I'm a chief. The ultimate goal for me is to really make it international and bring people with me and unite Africa. That's the ultimate goal, uniting Africa, and at a young age also. I don't wanna. This is like I need to be in Hollywood before 23, but by 21 I should be the biggest African superstar. That's me. By the time
you're 19 now.
I'm 19 right now. 2 years time, I'll be the biggest African superstar. Next year, I'll be a superstar. But you never know. I could even make it big like next week. You just never know.
Yeah,
but
it just takes that one
manifestation, Manifestation is a skill, and not everyone has it. But
everybody does have it. You can manifest whatever you want to manifest. You can become whatever you want to become. Exactly. But not everyone is willing to believe in themselves enough to manifest whatever they want to become. Because other people are afraid and other people are scared, and you shouldn't be, because fear doesn't exist, right?
Exactly. But that's what we're here for. I get most of my knowledge and whatever from people like you. I saw you start the brand, make it what it is today, and where it's going, it's like, I know it's gonna be like, I know your daughter is gonna make so much millions of this brand. And it's not about that though, it's about Black-owned business flourishing in Africa, So, yeah, man, I'm just manifesting my future, and it's becoming a reality day by day. I'm inspiring people. I have big dreams, and I don't want to just dream, It's not about the dream. It's about the execution. It's about
action.
The action.
See, guys, what we always say: entrepreneurs, you gotta act. You can't only dream and talk about it. You have to put in the work.
Yeah, So I wake up every day thinking about like, okay, what next can I do? What can I do to also make my nation feel better about themselves? I really feel like South Africans are not patriotic. And we should be. But I mean, we only have like, 27 years of democracy or so?
Since 94, what is it now? 26 years?
26, and there's just this like, I want to create I want to be part of the people like you guys, and people who are entrenching and like instilling this Black excellency and Black pride within our communities, in the hood and wherever, because this is like abantu bayamonelana and it's very bad, So I want to be part of those people in my generation, because there's others after me. There's gonna be, so I want to be, because we're here to live. At some point we leave. So play your part. I'm here to play my part, and I know what I'm destined for. I know I'm destined for greatness, and Ciza is gonna be the biggest African star, biggest international star. I'm gonna top charts. I'm going crazy. But this is the beginning, and the beginning is looking like some people's endings, So I'm very fortunate to be where I am right now.
God has been great.
God has been great. My ancestors have been great. And yeah, man, that's what's up.
I like that, son. It shows. Our ancestors are great. Our ancestors are great, loudly and proudly so. A quick one, I would like for you to look at that camera. Speak to yourself. 11 years from today, you're going to be 30 years old.
Yeah.
11 years from today, I will be 51 years old.
Yeah.
That camera over there, speak to yourself. Speak to a 30-year-old you.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to yourself? We'll send you this video in 10 years' time. What would you like to say to yourself?
Speak to that camera, look at yourself in the eyes, because you will be watching it on the other side.
So I'm speaking to the 30-year-old me.
Yeah, so on the other side, the person who's watching this on the other side is you, and you are 30 years old, and you're already that global superstar, you're all of that. But we are watching this video, which was shot back in 2020, just after COVID. What would you like to say to that 30-year-old you?
Hey, bro, you came this far, and you can't give up. Now at this position where you're at, you're taking over the world. You're taking
over big, like now we need to crack big deals. You're this big superstar, you're this big businessman, but now you need to change people's lives. You need to really have a big impact within society. You need to be more responsible. You need to not be as free as you were before, because now you have people, a lot of people looking up to you. So, you know, keep changing people's lives and take it to the next level. Like I've been telling myself now. So you tell yourself now to take it to the next level. Don't be comfortable. Don't be comfortable.
And that man over there has to thank you for the life that he's living over there.
Yeah, shut up, bro. You know, one thing.
Proud of you, boy.
Shut up.
Proud of you, man.
You know?
Proud
Appreciate
of you. Yeah, may God bless you. I'm really proud to see what you're becoming, especially to your own generation. This is what we wanted to see you guys become as our children.
Yeah.
And my daughter is probably watching this wherever she is now as well. She can see that to put Ciza is making it happen.
Yeah.
That's also inspiring her to also become great and build her own path.
Yeah, because you out here, you're having sleepless nights. You just came from Cape Town this morning. I mean, you're working, so all that blood and sweat is for your daughter, and your daughter, it's her responsibility to not be like, okay, this is where Pops left it. This is where I'm taking it. And it's important for also Black people to not have a mentality that because it's easier, you know. That's how Jewish people are very successful. They understand the art of working together. They understand the art of okay, cool. Uncle Sbu is doing this thing of Mofaya. So I'm going to join it or help him or whatever. I'm not going to degrade him and say this established brand, which is not part of us, and embrace it. We should change that mentality, because this is where I'm from. Where I'm from, Mofaya is the coolest drink. So when I'm going around the world, I should say, yo, man, I drink Mofaya when I'm tired. I can't be saying I drink whatever, you know? So because the person who's representing whatever energy drink they're representing is because it's where they from. It's like me now, I'm from the West Rand, and then I'm degrading everyone from the West Rand, and I'm saying, yo, this guy's from the East, he's the Don. It doesn't work like that.
Doesn't make sense.
So that's the whole concept of us coming together as Black people. Black people means colored and Black people, you know, and if you consider yourself Black, you're Black, you know? So, yeah, man. It's your boy Ciza, Africa's golden boy. There's a reason why I say that, you know, because I'm born in the city of gold. So I have that spirit, I have the mindset. So I have it in me. But yeah, man, that's what's up. Ciza, Africa's golden boy. We out, baby.
I'm happy that you guys heard his consciousness, you heard his vision, his future, what he's doing with his life now, his hustle. And how he's doing it, and he's taking it slowly, he's not in a hurry. But what I love is these are our children, these are our youngsters, these are our cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers and sisters. And I love the fact that they are conscious enough, and clearly the message we've been preaching over the years is moving on to them, and they, you know, grab the baton with both hands, grab the bull by its horns, and just run as far as they can take it to, so that their children as well can do same. We're really proud of Ciza. Go get the brand. He's got music all over the internet. Oh, before we go, actually, the album. People they've already started asking me about your album. I'm like, guys, don't rush him yet. He's still dropping business. He's still dropping singles while he's still building himself. He's not in a hurry. Talk about the album quickly before we go.
The album is definitely coming next year though, but you guys should like expect singles. For now, I'm doing a lot of collaborations on the way. You know, I'm taking my time, I'm building my fan base, and you know, just the album's coming. People just need to be patient. But for now, make sure you get my 2 singles that are out now, Come Alive and Adje, all music platforms. Make sure you keep watching the videos on YouTube. And make sure you watch out for my new single coming out soon. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be big. It's going to be massive. It's groundbreaking. Yeah, you know, we out here, man. See you as a day.
All right, let's go get ready because it's about to get crazy here. I think you guys, by the time you watch this, there probably might have been some footage of what's about to happen here. The launch, the queues outside, the celebrities here, and just what it means to the community so you guys get an idea of what this young man is or what this young man is becoming to our community here in Johannesburg. We're signing out. This has been the Hustlers Corner with one of Johannesburg's youngest hustlers at 19 years old doing his thing. And he is owning his own brand new Legends Barber. We're the first people to sit on these chairs since Suzelle, since Bless. Maybe Siso Zabakrutman. Suze, I was Suzo Nubagad, but Makrutman with ya. I'm my ancestor. Just kidding with the boy. But you guys know what I mean. So like, share, subscribe. Share the movement. Let everybody know about the Hustlers Corner. Remember the name Ciza. Remember the name Ciza. Remember the name Ciza, baby.
Come on, baby. We out.